welcome back to all of my subscribers, and welcome if this is the first time you're joining me. My name is Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master, spiritual coach, and an intuitive tarot card reader. And through the work I'm doing here on YouTube, as well as my website, odessamall.com, I hope to deliver messages to you that will help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. Today's pick a card is going to be about what makes you guys so fierce, and I am so excited to do this topic. I can feel the energy already like circulating around the room, and it is going to be amazing. So typically what I do is I select 3 piles. I intuitively select the cards by randomly shuffling decks that I feel drawn to, and whatever pops out is your pile. And often I partner each pile with an object, but I just received my Radiant Crystal Oracle deck that I've been waiting for I think almost a year. I was a Kickstarter backer for this deck, and I am so excited about it. It features crystals. There's 80 different cards. It's a gorgeous deck. So I'm using 3 of those cards for the 3 piles. So you'll be picking based on the crystal that's featured on the top card here. And if anyone is interested in seeing this deck all the way through, I just released the walkthrough of it today as well. And I also featured this deck in the reading, the pick a card reading that I did, talking about what good news is coming to you. So you could check that out as well if you wanted to. But let's get into it. We've got pile number 1, which is featuring turquoise, pile number 2, which is pynite or painite, and pile number 3 is garnet. So I will give you guys a second to select your pile, and I will see you in a moment. Hi, pile number 1. Okay, so I've got your cards here. You picked turquoise, and the face of the card says purification, strength, and wisdom. And turquoise is associated with the throat chakra because it's a blue stone. It's also associated with the astrological signs of Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Pisces. So you might have strong placements with one or more of those signs in your chart. It says here that the affirmation is, I am at ease and nurtured. And the energy of turquoise is a stone of purification. It helps dispel negative energy and pollutants when worn. It brings inner calm and ease. It also helps with panic and anxiety. It's a stone of friendship and love. It aligns our chakras with soothing energy. It's also associated with the blue daisy, which is a flower of purity, happiness, and calm. You've also got strength. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Big picture thinking. Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. And the Morgan, the goddess of death and magic. Your final card says, fairy magic. Respectfully work with the fairies and elements to achieve your goals, which partners beautifully with this Morgan card. And the Morgan is also number 38, which reduces down to the number 11, which is the master number. So this is definitely giving me the energy that you are a very wise person. You have a lot of knowledge. You likely have a lot of psychic and spiritual gifts as well. And I'm getting the energy that many of you know that this isn't news to you. That you might already be, you might be tarot card readers or witchy in your own right. You might like magic. You might be interested in divination or mysticism, the occult. And the occult is, that term means having an interest or seeking knowledge in the magical or things that defy logic. It has nothing to do with evil. Just wanted to point that out. because the Morgan is associated with the maiden mother crone, and the crone is the wise elder. And this is talking about you being a visionary. And in this card, it's talking about you being a leader. And then the strength card is featuring a depiction of Artemis holding these tiger cubs. So this is talking also about somebody who has really balanced energies, because the tiger is a symbol of power and strength, but that coloration is talking about a balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And this Morgan card also makes me feel that way, because she's got two crows depicted with her, which is typically a symbol of the Morgan. But it's also reminding me of Odin, and Odin is the Allfather in Norse mythology. And he's also connected with psychic abilities. And so you've got a feminine deity, and then the connection with Odin being the masculine. Again, there's that energy of the two energies at play. And, you know, souls are only able to see the power and strength in both sides of themselves, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, when they've really been through it. You know, when you must be an old soul. You must be an old soul. And I get the energy from this that you have cultivated even these gifts within this lifetime. I definitely am strongly seeing that you probably have had past life experience in places beyond Earth, if that's something that you identify with or believe in, because this does say Pleiades energy, and that's connected with star seeds. And star seeds are the concept that a soul could have soul origins or lives that were not on Earth. You might have been connected to like places that were completely rooted in light and weren't physical, you wouldn't have been in a physical body. And oftentimes people that are considered star seeds have really pronounced psychic abilities. And I am definitely getting the energy that you could very well be clairvoyant. So you have the gift of clear seeing. You might be clairsentient, the gift of clear feeling, like you just have like a gut instinct. You just know things that are going to happen before they happen. And I get the energy that you've had this gift like your whole life, even before you felt like it even made sense. Like you might have, as a child, had these really wild, visionary, inspired ideas that eventually came to pass. They came to be reality. Like my guides are showing me images from Star Trek, and I think back to like the original Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry coming up with concepts like being able to talk to somebody through a device and see their image. We literally have that now, you know, with our iPhones and the internet, and so many concepts that are rooted in science fiction are reality now. You might have had experiences like that where you came up with ideas, or you had, you know, dreams, or, you know, just different things that you talked about with your parents that were like way ahead of their time. And now you see that. And I think that you've had a history where you've actually sort of known things that were going to happen before they would happen. And I'm talking about like maybe like trends. And that could be like, you just know who's going to win the Super Bowl, but not to the point where it's like people think you're having a premonition. They just think that you have your, you know, finger on the pulse of what's going on, and you're able to predict when, you know, music or fashion is going to shift, or even politically when things are going to shift and change. And maybe you didn't know that it was your psychic abilities, but now you do. And it does make you a real strong leader. But I think that when you were sort of, I guess I would say, in the darkness, meaning that you didn't really know how you knew this stuff, you were at a stage in your life where you were learning to become the leader that you are now, right? So you might have been able to really like sort of see people for who they are, what their hidden motivations were, which also means that you were able to see their shadow. And in the past, you might have been like sort of really direct and pointing out to them like, this is where your weakness is. Now that might not be with every single person that you've ever had any encounter with. It might have been with like love partners, or with close friends, or within like jobs where you had to like work with other people and you're like, I don't think that you should take on that role, or you should work on this or do that or whatever because of this weakness. And you might have really triggered people because they really thought that they had concealed that from everyone. They didn't know that it was visible. And you thought everyone could see this weakness within this person. And so there was some friction there. And then you finally realized, oh, I'm actually seeing things that other people don't see, which might have caused you some pain in the past because you might have been gaslit because people would say like, oh, you're overreacting to things. You weren't. You were totally on track with your thought process. You could see where somebody's weaknesses were. You could see what they needed to work on. But the thing that you couldn't see was what you needed to work on, and you figured that out. You figured out, oh, I need to be more gentle with people. Oh, I need to be a little more nurturing with them, right? Like Artemis cuddling these tiger cubs. You know, you had to sort of grow in that area of your life, and I think you're there now. I also am getting the strong energy that some of you might have had like strong aptitudes when it came to like math or science, things like that, I think came to you really easily. Now that won't resonate for all of you, obviously, but I do think that for many of you, maybe even astronomy, you might have been really interested in the stars and planets, and that just NASA, that just came forward. Maybe some of you were really interested in space travel. And that would also connect back with your Pleiades energies, the starseed energies. But because of all of your gifts, because you've stepped forward and you've been able to like balance out your like strong masculine leadership energies. And when I say masculine, I'm talking about like the divine masculine. It's not how you identify as a person, just the energies of masculinity are associated with like Mars, aggression, taking action, being assertive, speaking up, and then the feminine energies being connected with like Venus energies with psychic abilities and empathy. You were able to balance that out, and now you're like even more fierce, right? Because you have really no weaknesses, because people can't trigger you anymore. Whereas before they might have gaslit you and said, you know, like, no one's ever going to want to work with you if you know, react that way to them, or whatever their thoughts on you and, you know, your way of being were. You just see now their reactions to you as their own shadow showing. You know, they're being triggered. And in a way, I think you also know now that not every soul that you're encountering has the same maturity level or the same soul growth as you, right? Like, not everyone is at the same point of evolution as you, and somebody has to be the leader, and you are that leader. But you also know that sometimes to be a strong leader, you have to let somebody else take, you know, the lead, if you will, if you know what I mean. Like, it's like a strong, empowered leader or boss, right? The best types of bosses are the ones that are able to delegate based on the strengths of each member of their team and have faith and trust that those people know what they're doing and will deliver. They check in, they manage, but they don't micromanage. You are that leader now. You know, you're able to see the strengths in each person, and you're able to like alchemize great, you know, advancements for yourself. So I know I use a lot of spiritual terms when I'm talking about things, but what I'm saying is, like, say you had a deadline and there was like a big project that you had to complete at work, you have your team, you're able to, you know, utilize everyone's skills to the best of their ability in the exact right role at the exact right time, so that maybe you're able to even surpass the deadline. You know, it was a tight deadline, but you were able to just line everything up so perfectly that it just worked out beautifully. Or you just understand, you can sort of like, using your psychic abilities, see how things will come together without having to like do trial and error. Whereas I think in the past that might have even frustrated you, because you're like, no, it's so clear. This is the way it just needs to snap together. I relate, actually, because I was that same way. And I'd be like, you know, this is the way that, like, if you move this and you move that and you hold this that way, then it'll all fall together perfectly. And the people I'd be working with would be like thinking I was just a control freak, or that I just like needed to be in a leadership role. And I'm like, no, I just can see it. I can see how it goes together. It was my psychic abilities, and I just had to learn to allow them to just try it their way. And if it failed, which it ultimately I could see that I could see with my psychic abilities that wasn't going to work, I still need to let them have that learning opportunity. I need to let them have the opportunity to either succeed or fail, right? So you've learned how to do that, and that makes you even more fierce. And I do think that you also have like a strong physicality about you. So like maybe you are really athletic, but even if you're not, you have a strong presence about you, right? Like when you walk into a room, people take notice. And I don't think that you have to do a lot to do that. It's like your energy walks into the room before you. You just have this air like the queen has arrived, the king has arrived, like that kind of energy. Like, you know, like lions, like you see a lion and you know they are in control. Like it's just, they're not doing anything. They're just in control. Even when they're lying around. And you know, something I learned about lions, I went to South Africa and I was able to like go to a reserve, and the lions sleep like 23 hours out of the day. They only feed and move around for like 1 or 2 hours out of the day. And the male lions, like maybe 20 minutes. They're moving around. The rest of the time they're just lazing. You are definitely connected to the energies of the earth as well. Like, I think that you probably have, I don't know, like the energy that I'm getting is that you might be really good with your hands, or you really might be very creative when it comes to like elements from the earth. So maybe you really like to do woodworking or home renovations or build furniture, something like that, but you might really like to cook. There's just something about you alchemizing. They just keep talking about you alchemizing, and it's like whatever it is that you're creating is like so incredible. Like I get a lot of experimentation too. So you might be trying something. You're like that innovation energy. So like if you were a chef, for example, even if you're just doing it as a hobby, you're just able to make food that tastes better than food that people have spent hundreds of dollars on. You know, if they were gonna go out and like really treat themselves, and then they come over to your house and it's like, oh my God, this is like 300 times better than what we just spent all that money on. Or you're just like able to take things that other people, I don't know, overlook. I'm strongly getting woodworking is what I'm getting. So for some of you, you must be like doing some sort of woodworking or crafting or creating or artistry in some way where it's like people didn't know that, like, it's like, what I want to say is they didn't know how good it could be until you showed them, is what I wanted to say. Like, it's visionary. energy. Maybe that's like the way you put your clothes together. Maybe that's the way you style your hair. Maybe that's the colors that you put together in your own home. Whatever it is, you're a visionary. So that is amazing, and it's so fierce. I also get the energy that you're a really interesting person to talk to because you're a good listener. Now, in the past, I think maybe you were more of a, they're saying orator. So you might have been really, like a good debater, you know, like you had strong arguments. Now you're even better at that because you really listen to what the other person is saying, which is amazing. So what else makes pile, wow, what else makes pile number one fierce? And maybe some things that I haven't already directly channeled. They do like to repeat messages. And then cards come out. That's so hilarious. I am a medium, right? So I don't technically need the cards to deliver the messages to you. Yeah, like this is reaffirming everything that I was talking about. So you got the hidden motivations card. We've got this gorgeous goddess here. There's stars everywhere, the moon. There's literally a deer here, which is connecting back again to Artemis because that's one of her symbols. You are able to, you're connected to the stars. You might have at times felt like really awkward is what I want to say. Like you might have gone through like an awkward phase at some point where it was like you felt like strange being in your own body, and then that smooths out, or you're in the process of that. You know, this might be where you're going to end up, right? If you don't feel fierce right now, know that who I am describing, even if you don't identify with it right now, this is you. In your soul, this is who you are, and you will get there, right? You'll make it your own, of course, but this is who you are. You're very, very strong. The hidden motivations, I think, is going back to what I was saying about you being able to sort of like read people and pick up on their micro expressions and sort of see what they're feeling inside that they're not revealing. Fierce and loyal to your family, fiercely protective of the people that you love, and having had these skills from childhood. And you also got the increase card, and this is a card of abundance. So you are able to create magic all around you. I think that you're also the type of person that it's like, you know, you, even when things look really bad for you, you know, you've gone through something harsh, maybe you've lost a job, it's like all of a sudden like a miracle will happen for you. It might be kind of frustrating to other people because it's connecting back to this fairy magic energy, right? Where it's like you're the type of person that would just find like a precious stone just like on a dirt road. You know, if you need money, it comes into your life. And it's because you have these strong magical skills, like just to alchemize the energy around you so that you can manifest what you want. It's just something that naturally, it's a natural ability for you. But that's because in other, I'll say dimensions, because that's the best way to describe it. Other places, where it's more like you're in a light body, you don't have to ground everything into the physical. So the things that you want, you can have instantaneously, right? Because here we have to like think about it to bring it about. And so you have basically you're able to cut through some of the red tape and you're able to like bring things into the physical much faster than others, right? Just because you know the way through. Oh yeah, okay, so what else makes pile number one fierce? Oh, I love it. Okay, yeah, Yes, there's so many things that make you guys fierce. So you're fierce negotiators. Yes, and here's that balance of the moon, the feminine energy, and the sun, the masculine energy. You found that balance. You're able to negotiate between those energies. And as a result of that, you're able to be very compassionate towards others. You've got the empathy card, and you, I think, escaped your own self-limiting beliefs. You know, you got the loss card. So you definitely have experienced some pain in the past, and we've got this crow here, and then the ravens or the crows with the Morgan. You've experienced loss at some point in your life, and you escape those old ways of thinking. You got the escape card. And I think there's also a Buddhist monk here. So, you know, I really feel like, and there's tigers pulling this chariot, fast-paced change, swiftly coming into alignment. I think that this is talking about you being able to still know that you're strong, even if you're pulling back a little bit. And knowing that there's enough for everyone. That's strongly the energy coming forward. Whereas in the past, you might have been a little bit cautious, where it's kind of like you had these ideas, and I feel like sometimes you would bring your ideas forward and people took advantage of you or took credit for things, and you felt like, how come I'm not getting what is owed to me, whether that is praise or a raise or something. And you felt like you had to be kind of protective, but you learned to move past that and be really optimistic about the future, and that, you know, you could stand in your strength, and then you could help others to do that as well. Like, the energy I'm getting is like, you're the kind of person that when your friends have a success, you're excited for them. You know, you're not jealous of that, because you know that anything that came to them was meant for them, right? And I think that you had been sort of cautious about this in the past, right? You got the caution card, but the strength of this is there's this strong queen, this leader here, and she is helping guide the antelope away from these, they could be wolves, they could be coyotes, I'm not sure, but she's guiding them away. You're able to do that as well. You're stepping up as a strong leader. And I think that if you aren't already in a leadership role, because you got this status card, you're going to be. You're going to be really, really soon. I get the sense too that you might actually be coming into partnership with another person. It could be like a divine counterpart kind of energy here, right? Because they kept wanting me to talk about Odin. So you could be having like a love match, but just because I mentioned that doesn't mean that the person has to be your romantic partner. Like, there is a person that's going to come into your life that kind of has the opposite energy to you, like opposite strengths, but they want the same goals, and you guys are going to rise up together, which is so exciting. Like, fierce. This is fierce, strong leadership energy, like strong, where you know that you don't have to be above others. You're not going to tear anybody down for you to be able to be seen as like the strongest leader in the room. All right, so I'm going to get one final card for you guys. What advice do you have for pile one going forward? Okay, you got the card water, and it says, work with the element of water for healing, purification, and refinement. Amazing. Okay, so water is always connected with the divine feminine. If you haven't quite learned to balance out those energies, if like what I'm talking about with like, you know, letting others step forward and take the lead is still feeling a little triggering to you, or it's making you feel a little bit of anxiety, about, you know, how that will unfold for you in the future. Like if you let others stand ahead of you, are they going to get all the rewards? You might want to start grounding yourself with water to sort of like remove any foreign energy from you or any low vibrational energy. Just sort of calm and soothe your own spirit is basically what I'm saying. And because, you know, you might be carrying around, like you did get the empathy card, so you might be an empath where you're literally absorbing other people's energy, and that would be contributing to the anxiety or the caution that you've been feeling. Plus, you can have residual low vibrational energy as a result of loss and trauma. And the turquoise was talking about that, being able to ease panic and anxiety. So you might want to just have a salt bath or go swimming or just spend more time around water, even if that's like next to a pond or, you know, like near a fountain, to sort of soothe you. But like if you wanted to literally cleanse your body using water of other people's energy, you can just soak in the bath, or you can have a shower and just visualize it draining out of you down the drain. Just like manifesting something into your life in the physical, you have to think about it first. You can literally remove energy from you that you don't want in your chakras by visualizing it as well. It might not like be instantaneous. You might have to keep at it. You might have to keep trying. And if that doesn't work, you can go and see a Reiki healer or another energy healer, because I think that for many of you, you're already interested in that kind of thing, but it would have a huge impact on you. So you guys are extremely fierce. I love this. I love this. I hope that you liked the reading. If you did, if you could hit the thumbs up, that would be great. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. I would love to have you. If you're interested in seeing more of this particular deck, the Radiant Crystal Oracle, I just released a walkthrough of this. I'm also doing a flip through on my TikTok. All the links are below. And if you're interested in having a one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my website, odessamull.com, and all of my booking information and pricing is all available there. And the links are also below for that as well. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you soon. Take care. Hi, pile number 2. So I've got your card here. You selected Painite. And it says here, empowerment, success, and clarity. This particular crystal is associated with the root chakra. It's also connected with the astrological signs of Taurus, Capricorn, and Leo. So you might have strong placements for any of those astrological signs in your chart. It says here, my powers ignite when I believe in myself. And Painite is documented as the rarest gem mineral on Earth. This fiery pink to brown tone gem is a full spectrum chakra opener and relieves pain on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. It empowers success and good fortune. It's also connected with the flower Cosmos, which is associated with balance, harmony, and strength. Whoa, that's powerful. All right, let's see what else you got. You got extra cards too, pile number 2. You got the Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. Sorry, I forgot to show you guys the cards. I don't know if you can even see that when I show them. You got empowerment, home, and Artemis, focus. Wow. If any you guys were sort of torn between pile 1 and pile 2, you might want to go back and listen to pile 1, because there are definitely cards here that are matching back to what I was talking about in pile 1. You also got achievement, win the awards, accolade, or contract. Oh my God. Okay, so first of all, you are very rare and unique person, right? You have a lot of strength and power. I think for many people that meet you, really give them a sense of peace. There's like a nurturing, sort of comfortable energy around you. And I think that it's because you know who you are. You are your own sense of home. I think you've been through the fire is what I want to say, especially with this Mars energy. You might have gone through things in the past that were really, really difficult, really unjust is what I want to say. And just like this card is talking about, that anchor that you had has now softened and transformed into a place of love. You, I think it's not that you don't feel upset about anything ever. Like, you, far from it. Like, you can see things as unjust, or you can see things as unfair, but you also have come to a place of peace. Now, if what I'm saying to you isn't resonating with you right now, this is where you're going to be in the future. You know, some of these elements might not be clicking for you just yet, but you will get there, because this lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go, could be talking about where you are right now. You're going through this like evolution, because there is a number of like symbols here that are talking about like transcending or moving through like a portal, because she's walking through this portal, you know, parting the curtain. There's also an archway here that's a portal into another place, because this here is a water realm, and this looks like it looks like Earth. And then even the home, you know, with the front door being visible here. I get the feeling like what makes you fierce is your ability to see other people's perspectives, find what is like most truthful, what's the most beneficial aspects of like whatever their argument is or whatever the options are around you, and then taking that on. But I also get the energy that you play devil's advocate, but not in a argumentative way. It's like you truly are really interested in finding out new knowledge and learning and growing is what I'm getting. Like, you might have seen a therapist in the past, or been really interested in self-help books, or just like interested in different philosophies, or you like to travel a lot and learn about different cultures from the actual people that live there. Like, I just am getting this strong feeling like you're, like this card is talking about, you're questioning everything so that you can find the best aspects of things that are going to work to help you grow and become truly empowered. Artemis is the goddess of the hunt, and she is pointing the way forward, pointing the way towards your, like the highest vibrational path, the most aligned version of you is what I'm talking about when I say the highest vibrational path. It's like we all have many different options available to us. All paths are available to us and will teach us different lessons. Different things will happen to us depending on which way we go. There aren't any wrong decisions, but there's definitely a pathway forward that's going to be the most beneficial to you and like bring you the most comfort and the most achievements, the most rewards, and like you've been able to figure that out. You got this achievement, win the awards, accolades, or contracts. So you know what your life purpose is, or even if you haven't fully realized it yet, you're going in that direction. And I feel like even if people question you or try and sort of knock you off your throne, get you to sort of self-doubt yourself, you aren't thrown off by that at all, right? Whereas in the past, you might have gotten angry or felt triggered by what they were saying. Now you're like, no, I see beyond. I see past like their motivations. I know why they're doing this now, because they're threatened by, me doing something different. But you also have a faith in the universe, faith in divine timing, and you're just going to keep moving forward. I strongly get the energy where it's like, even if things are hard right now, it's not going to be like this forever, right? Like life is constantly in a state of evolution and change. The seasons are constantly reminding us of that, right? You get that, and you just, even though there's definitely going to be times in your life where you are feeling the crunch, is what I'm getting. Like a lot of this has to do with, I feel like it has a lot to do with like your material mark on the world. You might have been without money and resources, right? Like this desert. But it's like, that if you could just keep going, keep moving forward, and just stay in your own sense of power, right? Just, this moon indicating messages coming from spirit through your crown chakra, your intuition, if you will. If you just keep moving towards that, you keep grounded in your own sense of home, like what is authentic to you, eventually you'll be able to part this curtain and you'll be in this lost land. Treasures are going to be revealed to you. Secrets are going to be revealed to you. You're going to find something that is rare and beautiful, and it's going to bring you all of these rewards. I think many of you have already had this proven to you in this life. Now, maybe not the big one is what I want to say. Maybe not there's going to be something that's huge that's going to happen in your life that's pivotal, that's going to I'm getting the energy that you're going to be given resources that you're going to then be able to use to better more than just yourself and your situation, right? Really big rewards. But I think that you've had this happen to you many, many times in the past, but maybe smaller little things that have helped you sort of achieve greatness is what I want to say. So let's get some more cards and find out what makes you guys so fierce. Yeah, you have a strong warrior energy. Where you really, the energy that I get from this, though, is that it's quite calm. It's not necessarily combative. What makes pile number 2 fierce? Okay, lost one of the cards. 1 second. Okay. Oh my God. Yes. I get the feeling that many of you are probably very creative people. You just got great achievement again. So you've got achievement here and great achievement. Then you got creative endeavor. So there might be something that you have wanted to do with your life that you were sort of going back and forth on. I definitely get the feeling that it's something creative. So you might be a musician, artist, it could be anything. You could be doing photography, you could be doing fashion, you could be doing woodworking, you could be writing a book, you could be trying to set up a particular organization, or a charitable organization or some sort of business or something. But it's something that is creative at its heart. And you were sort of going back and forth on this for a long time, and finally you just found balance. And the key to it was finding gratitude in every day. Now, if this isn't an actual business or creative endeavor, this could be just like your own sense of peace in your own heart, right? That's what makes you fierce. That literally no one can knock you down. No one can ever rattle your sense of peace, because you know that true peace comes from within. Having great gratitude for everything that we have in this moment. Even if we don't have a lot, we still have the breath in our lungs. We have, we have the earth under our feet. Like, there's always something that you can find gratitude for. And I think you got that. You understand that. You started to practice that in your life. And it started to bring, great achievements. You're using the law of attraction to bring great things into your life. And you got the commitment card. So this could be you got a contract or an award, or you got, your business off the ground. It could be a love partnership. This could be a marriage contract. You also got the friends and colleagues card. So whatever you were doing, it magnetized the right people to you because they like to be in your energy. Like I was picking up before, like you just have this sense of peace around you. Yeah, and I just really get the feeling that you just started to take in the small blessings around you, like no matter what was going on, you knew that you could find something to be grateful for. That is so beautiful. I love that energy so much. And I feel like you're just a really beautiful person too. Physically, I think that you're a really beautiful person. I don't think that you've always recognized that in yourself. I think that other people would tell you that you were beautiful, and you would sort of maybe not be able to take a compliment. Is something I'm getting, and now you are, and it's like you're just taking it on, and it's like thank you, and it's just magnetizing more. What I want to say is appreciation to you. There's a real strong Mother Nature vibe about this particular card, and this woman here, this empowerment card, these strong feminine energies, and these women are of different ages. I feel like you've grown into this, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're at a later stage in your life. You might still be quite young, but you've come to an understanding about yourself that's quite mature. I think you really love yourself for who you are. That's part of it. And you're taking joy in each day. And the energy I'm getting here is you don't wait for a special occasion to dress up. The special occasion for you to dress up is that you are existing. You're existing in this world, and that is reason enough for you to dress up in all of your best, most authentic looks and be fierce. I love that. That is so gorgeous. Wear the dress that you bought for a special occasion that, you weren't able to use because COVID closures or something. You took the tags off, and if it was only to go out and get your mail, that's reason enough. Just do it. Use the fine china, right? If you have special things that you only keep for special occasions or special holiday meals is what I'm getting. You're now using it, and you're having gratitude, and you're making each day a celebration, and it's magnetizing all these other opportunities to you. And this is standing out to me. It says here, soul memories and gifts. As you start to get more in tune with your own sense of self, I think that there's possibly been either deja vu moments, or it could be spiritual gifts, or it could be you're remembering things from the past, when you were a child that you really loved, that you stopped doing, and then you found that passion again. So for example, I know someone who started to pick up taking ballet again in her 30s. And, you know, typically you take up ballet when you are a child, and anything, you know, if you're not somebody who can really like turn this into a career from, you know, the age of 4, then, you know, most people sort of discourage you from really like pursuing it. And she was like, no, I love it. And I loved it when I was a kid, and I was never going to be a prima ballerina, and I love it just as much now, and I'm going to do it. You know, like that's the kind of energy, and like it's going to open up doors for you. If not, you know, now, in the future, it's going to open up doors for you, which I just freaking love this. All right, what else makes pile number 2 fierce? What makes pile number 2 fierce? All right. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of portals or something that's opened up to you, because you got the Power card, and this is card number 8, which the number 8 is talking about those never-ending cycles. So, and you got the Control card too, and there's an Ouroboros on this card, which is also talking about the never-ending cycles of life. I think you took control of your life. You took control of your life, and you started to have optimism about the future, and like started to indulge in the things that you loved. You know, like if you decided that you wanted to, you know, eat dessert before dinner every single day for the rest of your life, you know, you started to, you know, indulge in that. And it started to just magnetize more joy and happiness into your life. And it started to change everything. And these like portals started to open up for you. And it could very well have been bringing past life knowledge forward to you, or possibly bringing in more, you know, gifts, soul gifts, or you know, like it's changing things for you for sure. You stopped having resistance to the things that you wanted to do. You had been sort of like at a place where you were just sort of enduring life, and you stopped resisting the things that brought you joy, and you stopped fighting others too, is what I'm getting. Like there might have been a time in your life where the haters, you wanted to actually like argue with them or prove them wrong. You know, like the people that wanted to tell you that you were like going in the wrong direction, that were causing drama in your life, because you got the drama card, and there's a lion here roaring, and then you've got the endurance card, and then there's this man wrestling this lion, and then you got the defense card here as well. And to me, it really feels like these cards are talking to me about you finally just being like, I'm not going to fight these people anymore. I don't need to fight them anymore. If they want to go in that direction, or they want to see the cup as half empty, and they don't want to take risks or take chances or move towards their own happiness and indulge in the things that bring them joy, even if they don't make sense, you know, that's their business. And I don't need to justify my decisions. I don't need to explain myself. I can just keep moving forward and be optimistic and be generous. You got generosity. Be generous with my time and love with the people that see things the same way as me, that are looking at life through that same lens. And it's like changing everything. You know, your willingness to be gentle and soft and just focus on what you want is what's like really bringing about your fierce energy, right? Because it's just like, like I'm getting this Mother Nature vibe, you know, like even there's like I'm getting Mary, like Mother Mary, Jesus's mom, and Kuan Yin. There's like, these are saints and goddess energies that are all about being nurturing, but they also have strong strength. So, whoa, that's incredible. I love that. I'm gonna get a final card for you guys. Like, I really feel like you're able to sort of get people to see things from your perspective now as well. Not because you're even arguing with them. It's that you just followed your bliss and it's changed you. I feel like there's people that might even say that you look like you're glowing, like you're just like, it's your aura that's glowing around you, right? Like this empowerment card, it's your aura that's glowing. You're just you're radiating happiness. And so they're actually asking you about what you are doing that's different and taking on the advice, because they've seen such a massive change in your own life that now you don't have to like say, hey, you really should read this book, or you should really watch this movie, or you should really start, you know, doing this or doing that, or eating this or eating that, or whatever it is that you're doing. You don't have to try and convince them anymore. They're coming to you for answers. They're asking you for advice. I mean, it's like a total balance in your life. I really feel like that the tables have flipped now is the energy I want to say. Yeah. All right, so what final advice do you have for pile number 2? How else can they increase their fierceness? Okay. You got breaking bad habits, self-acceptance, excellent mental health, letting go of vices. So if you haven't already started to embody this energy of self-acceptance, going with the flow, understanding that everything is in cycles, and if you're in a storm, eventually it will pass, or not fighting with the people in your life that don't understand you, would be a really good step forward for you, because this will give you an idea of where you could be, like where you can go, and working on your mental health. You know, don't allow yourself to spend too much of your precious energy on people that don't value you or are perpetually in their own crises. And I'm not saying that you should just abandon these people, right? Like, I feel like you have strong empathy for these people. But ultimately, it's like when you get on an airplane and they remind you to put on your oxygen mask first before you assist a child that's with you. Because if you pass out, then there isn't anyone there to help you or the child. Take care of your own mental health and, you know, your own health in general first, and that can be your heart health, you know, doing things that show you love first. And then when you're feeling balanced and you're feeling healthy, then you can go back and help these other people. It'll really make a big difference in your life. I'll get one final card. What can you tell me about pile number 2? Okay. You got Awaken, 3 rays of light, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. There you go, right? That's what this is all about as well. I keep seeing this energy of the masculine and the feminine. Mars is masculine energy. And this card I mentioned that it looks like it's a water realm, which would be connected with the divine feminine, because water is associated with empathy and nurturing and the divine feminine. Try and balance out those energies within yourself, and you are going to be transformed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, if you could like the video, that would be amazing. Please subscribe to the channel too. I would love to have you guys. Our little family here is growing and growing. If you guys are interested in seeing more of the Radiant Crystal Oracle deck, I did release a walkthrough that you can see. I will put the link below. And I also did a flip through on TikTok. The link is also below for that. And I do personal readings. So if anyone would like to work with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my services and my booking information is available there. I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you soon. Take care. Hi, pile number 3. So I've got your cards here. You selected Garnet, and it says love, inspiration, and commitment on the card. And then on the back, it talks about how it's connected to the root chakra and also the astrological signs for Aquarius, Capricorn, Leo, and Virgo. So you might have strong placements associated with those signs in your chart. It also says here, I am passionate with the love I give and receive. And the energies of Garnet are connected to enlightenment, bringing vibrancy to the darker times in life. It ignites ideas and inspires fulfillment. It attracts joy and hope while tempering anger and worry. It stimulates willpower and courage. And it's also connected with the flower Crocosmia. And it's also called Montbretia, which is a flower of love, confidence, and emotion. Interesting. All right, let's see what else you got. You've got baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. Ooh. All paths lead, all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Wow, that's cool. And then you've got Star Family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. Dreams. Lakshmi, fortune. And then it says, time to shine, creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. Wow. All right, so you are fierce because you are extremely psychic. You are extremely psychic. The baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. You are a person that lives by your intuition. You follow your heart when you're making decisions. It probably doesn't even make sense to other people. I'm getting strong, like otherworldly goddess, god type energy, like someone who might even be considered eccentric. Like that won't resonate for all of you, but like you might have been interested in things that were sort of like ahead of the curve, right? So it might be that you're trying different, like you're listening to music before it's popular, or you're reading, discovering an author is what I'm getting before other people, or you're trying like a new fitness routine or something before other people, or traveling somewhere before people feel comfortable to move there. So this could be a situation where, like, you know, people might be nervous to travel to a certain place or nervous to move to a certain place, and you are just ahead of the curve because you know that your heart will always lead you in the right direction. Your guides or your intuition wouldn't lead you down a pathway that would put you in harm's way, is what I'm getting. That you follow your dreams too. So even if you don't identify as being psychic, if that doesn't like resonate for you, it's like you're the type of person that just wants to live a very heart-centered, happy life. You don't want to just punch a clock, you know, work 9 to 5, and then, you know, be basically waiting to retire. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have a conventional job where you're working 9 to 5, but that's not the center of your life. Whatever it is like that you love most, that's at the center of your life, right? So even if you're working from 9 to 5, all the time that you're off work, that you're spending it with your friends and family, like that's what really shines for you. But I do strongly get the feeling like you have psychic abilities and that you listen to your intuition a lot to align you with opportunities, right? Because Lakshmi, you know, goddess of fortune, that you, I think, also are fierce because like there's a kind of a quiet piece to this, right? There's a quiet piece to this where I get the energy that you, I get the energy that you're a really beautiful person, that you really know how to put yourself together. Like on a physical level, you are gorgeous, right? You like just have this, they just said rock star to me. So for some of you, you might have like, you know, this edge, like you could be famous. So whether that's a rock star or social media icon or a celebrity of some note, that's what you look like to others. But the thing about Lakshmi is that she was the epitome of like glamour and fortune, but did not need that. You know, she is as connected with people that have nothing as she is with people that have everything. Like it's not all about just the haves. She is just as connected with the have-nots. That it's not about the finery, and you get that. And I think that that's where I'm getting this quiet peace where it's like, even if all of the beautiful things that I have were all taken away from me, I would still have that love inside me. And then you're a real passionate person, because this is talking about being like passionate and a giving and receiving. And there are so many stories about Lakshmi being so generous and gracious. So that is really, really powerful. That you are fierce because I think that you give without any thought that anyone will give back to you, but you're so, there's something about your energy about it that ultimately your rewards always come to you, but almost in a way, you know that the universe is working in your favor. So you're never expecting that the way that something leaves your life is the way it's going to come back to you. You know, that's the energy I'm getting. I'm getting that even if you manifest, you might physically be actively manifesting things, like taking action by focusing your thoughts on the things that you want, or doing some sort of like, it could be even a ritual. And sometimes like a ritual is like, you know, writing some manifestation out, or like burning a candle, or, you know, doing a series of prayers, or doing a sigil. But sometimes doing a manifestation is just holding what you want, visualizing it in your own mind. And you are able to, no matter what is going on in your life, keep that vision. You're just able to like hold that vision, because I think that you just get that flow is strongly what I'm getting. Oh, wow. I love that. And I think that you've gone through many different transformative experiences in your life, right? Because I'm getting from this dream card, there's this window, which is like kind of in this archway. It's really giving me that portal energy. And then here as well, there's an archway, and there's more archways up here. So again, a portal. And even here, there's an archway here, and it again has that energy of a portal. And even the time to shine with the pyramid, it's giving me that energy of a portal. Like you might have gone through many transformations in this life where maybe you had nothing. Maybe you grew up in a family that didn't have a lot of money and you had to like make do, right? Like you had to like if you wanted to look cute at school, you had to like figure out a way to, you know, work with what you already had, or like trade clothes with someone else, or you're going to borrow something, or like you had to get inventive is what I'm getting at. So like going back to Lakshmi, you don't need to have all of the, you know, name brand label stuff to feel like you're fierce, you know? Like I just strongly get that. I really, really do. I love that so much. And some of you might feel connected with starseed energies, which, you know, if starseed energy did come out in pile number 1, so I have to mention it. If you were sort of thinking about sort of deciding between the 2 piles, you might want to go back to pile number 1, but only if you were really feeling called to that, because the rest of the message feels sort of different. But there was starseed energy in pile number 1, which means that you have sort of this otherworldliness about you. You might have just a really unique eye for things. Like you might be able to just sort of like express yourself in a way that's really, really unique. I'm strongly getting creative energy from this group. You know, like I do feel like because what I'm hearing is they're more than arm candy. So I can only, like, I have to sort of break that down. Arm candy being someone who physically is very beautiful and you're like a trophy, right? But you're more than that. You have depth to you. There's a lot of water symbolism here. You have a lot of depth. And I just feel like you have so much grace and patience is what I want to say. A lot of patience and a lot of love. A lot of love. All right, so let's see what else makes you guys fierce. Like the power to be able to be strong in the face of hardship and still see your own light and beauty truly is being fierce. I love that. Okay, what else makes pile number 3 fierce? What makes pile number 3 fierce? Okay, let me see what you guys got. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Okay, so you got dark thoughts, victim mentality, new beginning, and the honoring path. So yes, like I was saying before, you've gone through these transformative experiences. There might have been a time in your life where you didn't have the things that you wanted, right? You didn't have maybe like the clothes that you wanted, or you didn't get into the program you wanted at school, or maybe you didn't get to go to school at all, right? Like there's something that you wanted in life. It could be like the relationship that you wanted, or, you know, there's things that you wanted in life that you didn't have access to. And it seemed unjust. And it brought you into a place where you were having dark thoughts. And, you know, we all have to go through this transformation. We all have to learn this lesson to move beyond like being the victim, right? Realizing that true peace and love comes from within. Really being fierce means, you know, seeing your own light inside yourself, not needing it from other people. That's where the transformation comes from. You've got a new beginning. You learned that lesson. And if this doesn't resonate with you right now, it could be your story in the future. You might still be working through some of this, but know that you are going to be coming to a place in your life where you are the embodiment of the energy of Lakshmi, where you're going to be that beautiful lotus is what I want to say, where you are truly abundant, because the honoring path in this deck is also that same energy of fortune. This is like being on a public stage, being recognized. Like this is like, if you guys wanted to be famous, you could definitely be famous. Like this is strongly that energy where like what makes you fierce is you going through this transformation where you have this new beginning. Again, there's like a portal here. There's something about, and I'm getting the energy that it's happening now. That's what my guides keep saying. It's happening now. It's happening now. And this star family, it looks like there's an explosion going on. So, okay, you might be in a state right now in your life where you're like, oh my God, like I've been working towards my goals for so long. Like, when is this going to happen? Like, when is my social media going to take off? When am I going to finally get into the program I wanted? Or when am I finally going to meet the right person? You're like just about there. You're just about there. All you've got to do is surrender and have faith. And step into your own power, that no matter what, even if you never got recognized publicly, you are that bitch. You are fierce. You are fierce. You have something that no one else has. And you don't need anyone else's accolades. You don't need anyone else's praise to be fierce. It's just who you are. It's just naturally radiating out of you. And when you tap into that, that's when it's like, look at all these arrows coming out. It's just naturally radiating out of you. And this card says, time to shine. Create the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. You have to believe it. You have to believe it. Like here, the arrows coming out. These are all souls. These are starseeds all coming out. Same with here. All the rays of light coming out. Even the baby, the rays of light coming out. You guys, oh my God, and Lakshmi with the halo around her head. You guys just have to believe that this can happen for you. And you are going to step into, you know, your inner god or goddess. You know, my guides are talking about how like this is the time, like you're gonna step into this role as being this fierce leader. I love that. All right, what else can you tell me? What else makes pile number 3 fierce? Yeah, they're okay. A little bit of new information. So yes, having optimism is going to open up that gateway to you. You have to move past the conflict. Recognize that even if you are in a state right now where things aren't going exactly the way that you wanted them to, that you can steer the ship through the power of your own thoughts. Now, I know that like sometimes I can't control like what comes through, like if your guides want me to deliver a certain message to you, it doesn't matter how much I want to just stick to the theme. I'm at the mercy of what they are bringing to me and channeling. So I know that this is deviating a little bit, but it's like, this is the information that you need to know right now. That you are, there's a sailor here and she's pulling on the ropes to like steer the ship. That can be you. But there is somebody that's going to be coming into your life. You're going to get professional assistance that's going to help you step into this new role. So for some of you, if you're actors, for example, this could be you get an agent, or, you know, you meet someone who can help you get in to talk to a particular director, or like, you know, whoever is the casting director or whoever it is. Like, you're gonna be aligned with someone that can help you. Now, in some cases, and I know this from my own personal experience, sometimes the professional assistance that I get isn't actually a real person. It's like I get aligned with like a book that I need to read. So just be open to that. Just be open-minded about it, because like there might be the answer that you need within the first 3 pages of that book. Like it can be frustrating, I know, when you want to like go down a certain path, and it's definitely, these cards are indicating to me that you have an idea that you're supposed to be doing something in this life, right? And you have a lot of energy within you driving you forward. And you, I think, strongly know that you're meant to be like, I keep wanting to say famous. Like, and fame can mean a lot of different things to people. Like, you might not be a celebrity. You might just be like well respected and known within your field or your community, you know, like it will mean something different to all of you. But you're going to be honored, I guess is what I should say. You're going to be honored, and it's going to give you a lot of material rewards. You're going to be very fortunate, and this could be a lot of different things. It could mean that you're going to get a lot of money, but it could be a lot of opportunities, right? Like this could be like someone, you know, someone leaves you a house in their will, or, you know, like you meet up with the right person, then you guys start a business together or something, like, or you end up meeting someone and like they ask you to be part of their theater group or something like that. I don't really know, but like I was saying, be open-minded to how this is going to come to you, because this could be a situation where, you know, you get gifted free tickets to go to like a comedy show and you're like, I'm so stressed, I don't want to go. But like, it's going to help, like, go. Whatever comes to you, read the book, you know, go to the party, you know, go to the comedy show or whatever it is, because it's like they're guiding you towards a certain pathway. So like, for example, if you got tickets to go and see like a comedy show, you might end up going, and then it's like the person sitting at the next table to you ends up being the person that's gonna give you that professional assistance. You know, like you never know how it's gonna come. You just have to sort of have faith and spirit and just trust that they're leading you in the right direction. So let's get some more cards and find out what is so fierce about my pile number 3. What is fierce about pile number 3? Yeah, listen to your intuition. I just my eye just keeps getting drawn to all the purple, which is associated with the third eye. Okay. Yes, you guys are very physically attractive. Like I'm getting the energy of a muse, right? Because there's this inspiration card, and this woman here is a muse. So you might be inspiring to others to create, to make art. There's definitely a strong energy of passion and lust around you, which would make sense with Lakshmi as well. You got the lust card. So there's many people, I think, that feel like you are extremely desirable. They really like the way that you look. They find you very graceful. I also get the energy of you being a chameleon, like I was saying before. But like, there's a strength and power here to you. There's strongly a strength and power here, because there's the symbol for Lilith. And Lilith was like the first wife of Adam. It depends on what mythology you're looking at, but in some stories, she's considered the first wife of Adam, and she didn't want to lie underneath Adam, so she willingly left the Garden of Eden. And now she's a symbol of feminine strength. And you got the control card here, and so I feel like you have a lot of strength and power, and you have a lot of excitement. I think that you have a lot, like a thirst for knowledge, a thirst for experience is what I'm getting. A lot of and when I say passion, I'm not just talking about like romantic passion. It's just like you want to experience everything that life has to offer. And now you're going to take control and make that happen instead of waiting for other people. You got the Lost card, but I feel like this Lost card is going back to this dark thoughts, victim mentality energy that's in the past. You're going to release that because you're focusing on your own health, listening to your intuition. Now, this could also be talking about you being a very health conscious person. You know, that might be really important to you, your health, and you might be very physically active, because there's a lot of imagery with people doing physical activity. And these cards, like she's dancing, horseback riding, she's doing some self-care. You know, there's a lot of that energy here as well. So I'm trying to see here. There's, yeah, a strong balance, because there's the and in partnerships with others, there's somebody that's going to be coming into your life that's really going to be important. It's really, really, really going to be important, because you got the card 3 here, which would be talking about partnerships. Then this is the card 12, which would reduce down to the number 3. This is also the card number 12, which would reduce down to the number 3. And then this is the card number 6, which is divisible by 3. So there's a lot of like 3, 3, 3 coming through. And then this is card number 1, talking about being in alignment with your life's purpose. This is card number 10, which reduces down to 1. So basically you've got 3s and 1s. So where you might have felt like you were on your own before, this could be you could align with like a romantic partner. This could very well be a romantic partner. And like possibly even a divine counterpart is what I want to say, because there's this like leaning tower of Pisa. There's just some imagery in here that's making me think of passion. I'm sure you guys will be able to put the pieces together. I don't need to describe it all. There's an erupting volcano here, and there's a tall tower here, right? So, yeah, and then the moon energy here and the sun energy here, which again is, and I was talking about Lilith, there's very much the energy here where you might very well be aligning with a divine counterpart, and then that would be like continuing your story where you help to build something together. That is really interesting. I love that. All right, so what else can you tell me about pile number 3? What makes them fierce? You look at life in a different way than anyone else. You see things that other people don't see. And I think that that's what makes you, like if you're a creative, that's what makes you a good artist. Okay, so you got perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. Yes, that's what I was getting at the beginning too. You guys, and if you haven't fully tapped into that yet, you will. You're going to be, and this has the eye on it, so you're going to be able to see the opportunities that are available to you where you might not have seen them before, and that's what's going to keep you going. That's what's going to keep you motivated, right? And now there's got to be some of that coming through to you already. You're watching a pick a card reading. You know, like before I started to do my own pick a cards on YouTube, I watched a lot. I know that this stuff works. I've watched so many pick a cards, and I could see that the messages fit together from reader to reader, you know, that were unique for me, and then they came true. So this is happening for you as well. Lean into that. You got Dragonfly. You bring light to the world. Yes, very much in line with this Lakshmi energy and this celebrity energy. Like whatever you're going to be doing, you're going to be radiating light to people. You also got fairy magic. Respectfully work with the fairies and elementals to achieve your goals. Fairy magic. Also the energy of like, basically surprises and abundances coming out of nowhere, right? It's like a miracle, basically. And this card also connects back to pile number 1. So once again, if that was resonating with you. And then you got one enchanted evening, the perfect night. Okay, so this is definitely making me feel like there is, that's the reason why they kept telling me that, you know, there's going to be a door opened up to you. You've got to be ready, whatever it is. Like, even if you don't want to go, you know, because you're tired or whatever. If there's an opportunity, you get invited to something, go. Just lean into it, try and have the best time you possibly can, because somehow it's going to open up an opportunity to you. Now, I want you to know that sometimes even when we go, we're like, oh, why did I even bother? Nothing happened. But like, you might have gone to this thing, reconnected with someone who's then going to mention that you were at this party to somebody else, and then that's where the domino effect comes into play. You know, you just have to have faith that there's a reason for it. So if you get invited to something, or you get, you know, offered an opportunity to have some sort of experience, you know, go experience it, because it's going to like change your life. Wow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, even if I wasn't just focusing on what makes you fierce. I hope that these messages helped you and resonated with you. And if they did, then you could help me by hitting the thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. I would love to see you guys in the next reading. If any of you guys are interested in knowing more about this Radiant Crystal deck, I will put the link below for the walkthrough that I did. And I also am going to do a flip through on TikTok. So I will put the link below for that as well. And I do personal readings, and you can find all the information and booking, pricing, all of that at my website, odessamall.com. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you soon. Take care.